Hello class, this is a video tutorial on inverse functions. In this video, we'll be looking at the domain and range of the inverse. So, if we have some function y equals f of x, and it is definitely 1 to 1, if its domain is somewhere in between the values, so its x values, its domain is between a and b, and its range would be from f of a to f of b, the inverse function y is equal to f inverse of x, it will have a domain of f of a to f of b, and its range was once its domain. Look very carefully. The original function has a domain. Its inverse, that will become its range. And the range of the original function will become the domain of its inverse. So let's take a look at an example of this. Highly encourage you to pause the video and try and graph this one yourself. Hopefully you've had enough time. It should look something like this. And from here, let's find its domain and range. Well, in this hyperbola, its domain cannot equal positive 2. Reason for that is if we have 1 over 2 minus 2, that will become 1 over 0, which cannot happen. So the domain of this function is from negative infinity up until 2, union with 2 to positive infinity. Likewise, with its range, notice how there's an asymptote, a horizontal asymptote at x equals 0. So the graph can actually never hit 0. It'll always get closer and closer to 0, but it will never intersect 0. So its domain, and also it goes infinitely downwards and infinitely upwards. So it seems as if that its range can hit any y value except y is equal to 0. So its domain range, its range would be from negative infinity up until 0, not including 0, union with 0 up to positive infinity. Now, I'd like for you to find the inverse of this function. Real quick exercise here. It'll become x is equal to 1 over y minus 2, x minus 2, y minus 2, 1 over x, whoops, daisy, y is equal to 1 over x plus 2. Now, without even having looked at the graph of this function here, I can let you know now that first of all, since this is a one-to-one function, it's passing the horizontal line test no matter where we cut it. We can already tell that the domain of its inverse is going to be what the range once was. So negative infinity to 0, union 0 to positive infinity, and its range was once its domain. Negative infinity 2, union with 2, positive infinity. And we can confirm this by looking at the graph of f inverse of x. Take a look. Notice how there's a gap at x equals 0. So its domain has a gap at 0, and its range, it's a hyperbola that's been shifted 2 units up, and so its horizontal asymptote is at 2. So the graph will never touch or hit y is equal to 2. Hence, its range shown here. So once again, you can pause the video and give this a go yourself. Okay, so the graph of this, it's already been provided down here at the bottom. It should look something like this. Now you can use the graph or just go use some deduction here. What values are not allowed to be underneath the square root? Well, the lowest value that is allowed is 0, because square root 0 is 0. So it means that the domain of this function begins at 0, and then from here we can input any x value, so long as it's positive. So starting from 0 to infinity. As for its range, well, looking at the graph, its lowest point is at y is equal to 0. You can also figure that out by just substituting 0 in. Square root 0 is 0. And even though it looks like it's flattening out, it's just really, really shallow. But if you put square root infinity, you would still get square root infinity. So the range of this is 0 to positive infinity. Let's now find the inverse of this function. Well, we had y is equal to square root x, switching them around, taking the square of both sides. That there is our inverse function. So f inverse x, f inverse of x is x squared. Now I really want you to think about its domain and range now. Okay, because remember, it's based off the original domain and range, because normally this has an infinite domain. You can go from negative infinity to positive infinity. However, just looking at the graph here, notice how we don't actually have every single x value available from the original function. Well, going from this, if we try to do the horizontal line test, it's passing it every single time. Well, because of that, we can simply just switch the domain and range as the domain and range for this inverse function. So the domain of this, 0 to positive infinity, and its range is also from 0 to positive infinity, which it looks like it's identical, but what's actually happened is they've switched. And as you can see from the graph of this, notice how it stops at 0, and it doesn't go like this as a normal x squared would. So I hope that gave you an insight into the domain and range of the inverse function. Hope to see you in the next video. Best of luck.